All right, number 41 asks us to write a polynomial function of least degree in standard form with real coefficients that has these zeros. All right, so the first thing we're going to notice here is that they've only given us one non-real zero. And we know that that can't be. If there's one non-real zero, there has to be another one. The complex conjugate has also got to be a part of that. We can't ever just have one non-real zero. So let's go ahead and add the complex conjugate here, which is 8 plus 3i. All right. So now we've got 4 zeros. So the least degree polynomial that we're going to be able to make is a 4th degree polynomial. So what we want to do is put together all the factors that are going to give us those zeros, and then multiply them together, and get a polynomial in standard form that's going to give us those zeros. So the factors are just going to be x minus whatever the zero is. So we're going to have factors that are x minus this, 6 minus square root of 5. And then another factor that's x minus 6 plus square root of 5. And then another factor that's x minus 8 minus 3i. And another factor that's x minus 8 plus 3i. So there's our factors. Now we need to multiply all these together to get our polynomial in standard form. All right, so let's first distribute these negative signs so that we can get rid of the parentheses inside the parentheses. I think that's going to make this a lot easier. So this would be x minus 6, and then minus a negative is going to be plus square root of 5. And this will be x minus 6 minus square root of 5. And then this gives us x minus 8 plus 3i. And this gives us x minus 8 minus 3i. All right, now I'm going to change colors for my marker here, because what I want to do, I don't have enough room to write all of this out here on the board. But what I want to do first is just multiply these two together. And I'm going to do that in red marker across here. So let's multiply those. X times x is x squared. X times negative 6 is negative 6x. X times square root of 5 is square root of 5x. And then negative 6 times x is negative 6x. Negative 6 times negative 6 is positive 36. Negative 6 times square root of 5 is negative 6 square root of 5. All right, then negative square root of 5 times x is negative square root of 5x. Negative square root of 5 times negative 6 is positive 6 square root of 5. And then negative square root of 5 times positive square root of 5 is going to be negative 5. Right? Square root of 5 times square root of 5 is just 5. All right. So now let's combine some like terms. Notice here that we've got a positive square root of 5x and a negative square root of 5x. So those are going to add to 0. We've also got a negative 6 square root of 5 and a positive 6 square root of 5. So those will add to 0. Which is nice, because now notice that we no longer have any radicals in here. We've gotten rid of all of them. All right, so now let's combine our like terms. We get x squared minus 12x. So we've got negative 6x. And then 36 minus 5 is going to be plus 31. So that's this multiplied together. All right, now in blue, I'm going to do this half of our polynomial. So let's multiply those two together. Actually, let me go ahead and put this I'm going to drop this down here. This will be x squared minus 12x plus 31 down there. And then I can do the blue part of it right here. So x times x is x squared. X times negative 8 is negative 8x. X times 3i is 3ix. Negative 8 times x is negative 8x. Negative 8 times negative 8 is positive 64. Negative 8 times 3i is negative 24i. Then negative 3i times x is negative 3ix. Negative 3i times negative 8 is positive 24i. And 3i times negative 3i is negative 9i squared. All right. And remember that I squared is negative 1. So this is really plus 9 out here on the end. All right. Notice that we've got 3ix and negative 3ix. Those will go away. And here we've got a negative 24i and a positive 24i. So just like the radicals up here, the i's have completely been taken out. So we're left with x squared minus 8x, so that's minus 16x. And then plus 64 plus 9, so this is plus 73. All right. Now we get to multiply those two together. So x squared times x squared is x to the fourth. X squared times negative 12x is negative 12x cubed. X squared times 31 is 31x squared. Then we've got negative 16x times x squared is negative 16x cubed. Negative 16x times negative 12x is positive 192x squared. Negative 16x times 31 is going to be negative 496x. All right, and then 73 times x squared is 73x squared. I'm running out of room. 73 times negative 12x is going to be negative 876x. And then we've got one more term, 73 times 31. That's going to be positive 2,263. Okay. Now let's combine our like terms. We've got just one x to the fourth. So x to the fourth. We've got 12x cubed and a negative 16x cubed. So that's negative, 28x cubed. We've got 3x squared terms, so 31x squared plus 192x squared, that's going to be 223x squared, plus 73x squared is 296x squared. And then we've got, where are we at? X's, so negative 496x minus 876x, that's going to be negative 1372x, and then plus 2263, and that's going to be our answer. That's our polynomial, our least degree polynomial that can be made, that's going to give us these zeros.